Anne here. Welcome back to my channel. I thought I would work in my junk journal. I just have elastics in mine, and I make books to put in there. And this is, I'll do a little bit of a flip through. It's been a while since I covered I did some collaging on the page. She's gorgeous, isn't she? And just collaging. I really enjoy collaging. I just got a card here that I gave my daughter. I just kept the cover. That I gave my daughter for her 21st. That was some years ago. And that's just from my calendar. Beautiful. And I just did a little tip in. And this is just some gift wrapping paper that I bought quite a few years ago now. A long time ago now, actually. Collage with some of my papers, and this is I think it's a photograph, and I found it in one of the books that I bought from the thrift shop, from the second-hand shop, and it's actually a mountain in Austria. It's Mount Ackerkogel. Anyway, someone must have gone, and yeah, so I thought I'd pop that in here. And this is just a little my son and his partner when I went to Thailand. So I just well, actually I went to Thailand, Cambodia, and was it Vietnam? Yeah, I think it was Vietnam as well. That was a few years ago. They brought back these gorgeous shawls, so I just thought I'd put that in here, and I just made a little card to remember, and just some of my paper. And this is just a pocket I've made, and I just made a little card. And this is when you buy stamps from the Australia Post, and I just stuck a stamp in there and a little bit of stuff. And it's just something I found in a magazine I cut out. I thought it was cute. And this is just a business reply, one of those cards. I think it's from, yeah, cloth, paper and scissors. So I just turned that into a little collage thing. And I just made a little card here, a little birdie. Really cute, it's got a little crown, and then I've got a little container where I keep all my little threads when I'm doing my sewing and that. And I thought I'd use some of that. Found that really cute. And this is just one of those paper ruffles. And then this is an image from a book. And I just collaged it onto the card. And a bit of a tuck spot. I haven't got anything in there yet. Another little tuck spot. And this, I think I'm already showing you. This is my grandfather. That's my mum's family. It was her mum and dad, and that's my mum, and that's her 4 sisters. There was 5 sisters. They look so no smiling in photos in them days. It was all very serious business. That's my grandfather. This is my grandmother, my mum's mum. They were Finnish. My mum's Finnish. She was born in Finland. I just wrote a bit about my mum's mum. She was a very religious woman. Very, she did a lot with the church. Oh, here's, this is my, I still have to make some pages. This is my father's dad, my other grandfather. He had a Harley Davidson. And that's my grandmother and my grandfather in there when they were young. And that's he loved his. They always had dogs, but they had a lot of dachshunds. They loved their dachshunds. Yes, and that's just another picture of him. And this is my grandfather's birth certificate. My dad's parents are Danish. My dad's Danish. And my mum's Finnish. And I was born in Denmark as well before we immigrated to Australia. And this is just my grandfather's. That's his parents, Frederick and, what is it, Maria? It might be Maria? No, Marion, might be Marion. Yeah, so I'm just collecting a bit of stuff, a bit of memorabilia. I'm going to do some more oh, this was their, this is in Denmark when they got married. They got married on the 16th of May 1931. And this is their, in the church, I guess this is their service. So I don't really read Danish. I can read a little bit, sort of understand some words, but for the most part I don't understand it. I just did a photocopy of it. I scanned it in, and because it's very old, and because it's an original, that one I've got, and of course it's very old and delicate, being it's being very old, being from 1931. So that's nearly like 90 years ago, isn't it, now? Alright, and I still have to make some pages on that. I don't think I've got much else in here. I've been a bit slack, not working in my journal very much. Like I said, I've had a bit of a slump over the last few months. I don't know, maybe might even be like 6 months actually. I've had a bit of a slump, but I'm coming back now, really coming back now. That's one I did for my grandmother, my dad's mum. She was, she really did a lot of crocheting, and she did the cross stitch. Lots of beautiful, I got lots of beautiful works that she has done. Yeah, she's passed away. She passed away in, I think it might have been 2003. So I still need to do my grandfather. And I want to do one for my dad as well. My dad passed away in 2000, oh, it's about 2008 I think it was. So it's about 11 years ago. So I want to do a page for him as well. I have lots of little bits and pieces that I've collected. And this is just from a curtain, and it's just so gorgeous. I'm going to put it in here somewhere. And this is from my gorgeous daughter. That's her there. And she's just sent me a beautiful Mother's Day card. It was last year. Yeah, gorgeous. So I wanted to keep that. And I don't think I've got anything much else. I think I just got Easter there. Like I said, yeah, I started this book in 2018, so yeah, I have been really uninspired. I'm just going to pop this in here somewhere. So anyway, I thought I would do a little bit of work in here. So what I might do is I might just turn you off a little bit, and while I gather some things, so you're not having to sit here and watch me gather stuff. I'm just going to gather a bit of stuff, and then I'm going to do a spread. I'm going to leave this one because I've still got a few more bits and pieces I want to gather up to do that page. Right, so I'll be back in a second for you. Alright, so I've pulled out a bit of, this is just a bag of bits of ephemera and cards and all sorts of things that I've been keeping. What's in here? Ah, these, I don't know what they're called in English, but these, I remember when we lived in Sweden, it was a big craze. We used to get these little picture things, and they were all attached, and there was all different sorts, and we used to have books, and we used to like an exercise book, and we used to fold the pages and used to stick them in there, and it was a big craze back in the early 1970s. And we used to save all these, yeah, I don't know what they're called. I've still got a few left, not a huge amount. Actually, I might pop one in. I've got another book in here that I had glued them into a little tiny book. I might grab her. She's cute, a little fairy. So I might put her in, and I might use that one as well. Some of them are a little bit fragile. I wonder if I should use this. Is a little 1972. It's like a little calendar. It's a Swedish. Was Mum and Dad bought. My sister and I, my two brothers, we all got one each. And this is where I've written, I am 9 years old and my name is it's Anne-Lise Pedersen, and I am in 4L, but the class is 4-5L. That was when we lived in Sydney. My favourite pop group is the Bay City Rollers. So anyway, I was thinking that I might actually start taking some pages out and putting them in. It's like a flickerunas. Like a girl, there's a girl, I might have to start using a bit of that. It's the only problem when you keep stuff You start looking at it and then you get sidetracked. I was just seeing if there's anything else I want to use. So I've got, this is the tea that I'm drinking at the moment. I'm loving it. It's my morning tea. I drink it any time of day. A bit of vintage sewing a pattern. So I'm thinking I might just take a piece of it off and maybe use a bit of that somewhere. And I've got another tag. Not sure, Marika, I'm not sure what it was. Some sort of tag, but I might alter it. And I've just got my printed papers. I print out on tissue paper as well. I also stamp on tissue paper, so I might use a bit of this. And then and also spray some inks on there as well. And some of my jelly prints. That's pretty too. I might use a bit of, which one? I might use a bit of that one. And something to go with it. Trying to find somewhere else to keep these in. It's sort of handy in here, but it's hard to find anything. Just pop them in there. Just going to see if I can find something that's going to sort of match that a bit. I love that one. Possibility. That would look nice with the oranges and I think I might just, that one will look really nice too. I'm getting too much stuff out. Can't use it all. Alright. So I like to journal, but I'm not a writer. I do a little bit of writing, like I wrote in here about my, you know, about where my son went and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not a huge writer. I'm more a visual. I think I've made this way too big. It's going to end up so fat. It's already fat, and I've hardly done anything in here really. What do I want to do? I might do a page like this because it's there's not much here. What's on the actually? What's on here? Actually, no, I'm going to do that one because I want to cover up. I'm going to cover that page up. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use that and just put that straight in there like that. Yep. So let me get my glue. Let's get something to glue on. Glue stick. And I'm just going to stick some glue on here. Yes, I think in future when I make a book up to journal, collage. I just like to do everything and anything in my books. Now I want to do just a collage journal too. But I think I might just do that like in an altered book. And I also want to do a journal with my jelly prints. Because you do all these wonderful jelly prints. Get really sticky fingers. Just trying to line this up. What's going on there? Doesn't help that the book's all wonky with okay, just going to get a card. Oh, I've got a fly in here. Word fly. I'm just going to stick that on there. Oh, I see, I haven't put it on straight, but that doesn't matter. I think it's going to get really hard to do anything in here. I think a lot of these pages I'm just going to maybe just collage just do a collage on there and don't actually add too much other stuff, like, you know, like these ones have got all stuff which makes it all really fat. So if I do that one there, and then I think that's look quite pretty. It's got the purple in it there. I'm just going to cut this white edge off. Oh, the cat's meowing. She wants to go outside. I might have to go. Cut this edge off. What's even better is working in just in the open pages, but then it's very hard to do a spread. I suppose if you just might do one page at a time, but then you want the two pages to kind of match, don't you, when they're sort of together. Oh, I'm just going to put you on pause and go and let my cat out. Okay, my cats are indoor cats, by the way. They do go out our back garden, but they can't leave our back garden. But they do love to go out there. But they can't go out there when the birds are having their drink of water and stuff. I've got a bird bath out there. Not that they can catch anything anyway. The cats are a little bit they're not very good as in being cat-like and catching things. They can't. Well, they've never caught anything. Alright, so I'm just going to get a ruler and I'm just going to tear. It's a lot easier than trying to cut it with scissors. Okay. So I watch things, you know, about like, you know, trying to find your style. I think my style is I just don't have a style. I'm like a chameleon. I go from one thing to the next or whatever it takes my fancy. I like to do all sorts of different things. But yes, I'd like to have like a style. I'm not sure how to get a style. How do you get a style? I think I'm going to put a little birdie here somewhere. It's so cute. This is I'm just stamped it on here. Trying to see where the best place, or should I put it on that side? Well, maybe I'll put it on that side actually. Maybe I should make sure. Just move this, I'll just have this so it's in my, I'm in frame. I think I'm going to put that there. Bit of glue. I might put a bit of glue on here as well. Ah, now I've torn it. That's why I don't like to put the glue on the tissue paper, but it doesn't matter. Just try and get this a little bit. My fingers are getting sticky. I did see, I think it was Rachel from Roxy Creations said that you have water with vinegar, and apparently that's supposed to help. Get rid of the sticky fingers. Haven't tried that yet. Oh, you're back, no? Kitty's back. She's had her outside time. What you doing, baby? Oh, you're knocking my stuff over. Yes, I like to do all different things in here. I just want to do some pretty stuff. Now I printed out a few things. Oh, actually this is going to look nice on, so I might tear this out a little bit. Not sure what I'm doing here really, just putting stuff down that I like, pretty things. And yeah, just trying to make a page. Actually, I might put that there. What else have I got here? Just having a look in my little container of things. Might use that. Might use that. Oh, I might even use that. Mysteries and Marvels of Nature. Might use that as well. Alright. Now, I was thinking of using a bit of, does that really go though with that? Other thing I like doing too is I like getting different images and then what's the word? And cutting them up and then turn it into, I think it's got a name and I can't think what the name of it is now. This is just stamped. I just stamped with acrylic paint with my homemade stamps. I might put that clock there in the middle. Yeah, I'm thinking I might add my morning tea. I'm not sure if I'm going to have those things or not. Actually, I could make this like a pocket, but I don't know if that will. Oh, maybe with some double-sided tape. I might try double-sided tape, see if that will stick it down, and then I can use it as a pocket. I can make a little card or something to put in there. Alright, so I'm just getting the double-sided tape. And I'll put another one up here. Oh, it's certainly sticking to it. Put that back down. And I might pop that down here. Let's see how it goes. Well, it's certainly sticking to it. Just that it's plasticky, so I wasn't sure. Oh yeah, that stuck pretty good. And I can put something in there. What can I put in there? I printed out a few bits and pieces. I'm thinking of one of these butterflies. Seeing as I've got a lot of butterflies. Just trying to see which one I want to use. I think this one. Hard to get the opening though. I think I just, there we go. Probably should have cut something there. What should I do? Something else on there? Let's pop it in there for now. I had it. I think what I should have done was, I don't think I can do that now. I should have got my little circle punch and made a little. That's not going to work now. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, that's all right. I'll just pop that in there. Might do something. Put a bit more glue on there. Yeah, I want something. What do I want? Something a little bit across there as well. I might just grab got my book. It's got some strips in here. Let me see. Actually, what I want is something with a bit of sort of that colour. See if I've got anything. I don't know if I've got any strips here with that sort of colour on it or not. I don't think so. I think I have sort of, but not quite. No. Alright, let me have a look. Let me have a look in here. See if there's anything. My scrappy boxes. I don't think I've got anything with that sort of, certainly not that sort of bright turquoise colour. Bit of turquoise in that one, but I don't think it's enough to do anything. Oh, what about, I've got some of that. A bit of cardstock there. That's certainly, excuse me. See if I've got anything in here. Green. Looking. Oh, I do have a bit of this, but I think that's probably not quite. No, but I might use a bit of that, and I might use a bit of this one if I've got any of that card in here. Just seeing if I got any of that in here. I thought I had used some the other day, and sometimes I have little bits left over. But I don't see any. Look, I've got a little happy that I've stamped on something. I might use that. Oh, there, see, look. I knew I had a small piece. So if I use a bit of that, and what happened to the other piece? What happened with the other piece? Oh my god, I get so stuff everywhere. I make so much mess. Alright. Oh, there it is. So I'm thinking if I do I might go down here like that, and then I'm just going to cut that bit of white off. And I just want a piece of it, just like that, I think. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on this. Stick that over there. And a bit of glue on this. don't think I'm going to use that. Actually, I wonder if I should put, doesn't quite fit, it's a little bit too big. But does it matter? It could actually just be like that. I think I'm just going to get my stapler and staple that to the top of that. I'm going to have to do a coffee page. I buy these cappuccino coffee things that I make. I'll have to put one of them in here as well. Might have to put a little bit of glue on there just to, because it's really hard to sorry if I'm going off the, I get so crowded in with all my stuff. And I'm just going to do a little and get that back in there, which is hard because there. That's pretty cool. Alright, I think I'm just about getting there. Something a little bit more over here. Should I use that? Mystery and Marvels of Nature. No, I don't think I will. I think that's, I actually want something to do with, because I got my cup of tea and it's morning. It's my cup of tea morning time. What else do I do? Cup of tea morning time. I do like that. I'm thinking I might actually glue that in and just doodle around it, because I haven't actually done any doodling for so long. I used to do a lot of doodling. I'll go through phases. My phase at the moment is collaging. Just going to stick that there, and I'm just going to put my glue lid on. Let me see. I kind of want a bit of this colour over here, so let me have a look. I'm just having a look with my pens and see if I've got some sort of, if I've got something that's a bit close to that colour. Got my Copic. Now that is very close, isn't it, to that colour? So what can I do? Well, I might just do a border around here. Probably shouldn't be using it because there's probably glue on there. Bit of glue or something there. Oh no, that's the what do you call it? That is the tissue paper. Now I might just use some of these gel pens, and I might just do a little bit of the old scalloped edge. Oops. My eyesight's so bad, it's really hard to see. What I might do is I might just pause the video. I'll finish going around there, and I might do a little bit of more doodling on there, and I'll come back and show you at the end. Okay. Hi, I'm just back now. I've just finished mucking around with it. So I did a little bit more. I added a cup. And the little tea bag thing. I also put some paper on the back of that and then stitched around it. And from the tea I got that going to the butterfly, and it says, "I love morning tea at any time of day." And I put some eyeballs there with a crown. Did a little bit of doodling around there. Put some white, some ink, white ink, and black pen. Yeah, not a huge amount of doodling, a little bit. I might come back and do some more at some stage. And yeah, I'm happy. And that's how I like to do my journaling. I pulled out stuff that I never used it, but the page takes you where it's going to take you. Well, for me, that's how it works. I'm not very big on planning things. I sort of have a little bit of a plan, and it ended up turning out pretty good, I thought. I'm very happy with it. It makes me happy. So that's it for this time. I will come back and do another page another time. Okay, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. If you can give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. And leave a comment if there's anything you'd like me to do or cover. Just let me know. And I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.